Well, looks like Ubisoft can't stop having so many failures this year. They already delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows till February 2025. Star Wars Outlaws is a huge failure. It only sold 1 million copies, which is terrible for Ubisoft and Star Wars. There's rumors that they might get bought out because they are failing so hard. XDefiant, the Call of Duty ripoff from Ubisoft, is going to be shut down. Wow. And we have an article here from Insider Gaming. In the headline reads, exclusive, Ubisoft's XDefiant will be shutting down in June of 2025. That is close. Wow, I thought this is going to be the quote-unquote COD killer they said. Why do you want to rip off Call of Duty? Why can't these companies just make something original? The independent scene makes original stuff all the time. I see new concepts, new types of art, brand new unique mechanics from people who don't have nearly as much money as you. They have less than $1 million maybe. You have 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, and you can't come up with anything original. You keep ripping off shit that another company just did. I don't understand why they keep doing this. It's so lazy, it's boring, it's unoriginal, and the AAA Western scene has no talent. If independent developers can come up with new concept on the regular, why can't you do anything when you have so much money and so much people working for you? It's pathetic. AAA gaming is done, and instead of coming up with a brand new original IP, you decided to just rip off Call of Duty and thought it would go well. And clearly it's not, but let's continue reading the article. Several sources have revealed that Ubisoft will be shutting down XDefiant in June of 2025. The news was mentioned in an internal all-hands meeting today. The decision was made due to the poor player numbers and lack of player spending, according to sources familiar with the decision to sunset the game. If the game has poor player spending, you need more interesting, attractive skins, or maybe just make a better game to make people want to spend more money on it. And from what it looks like, the game looks boring. It's just Call of Duty, but Ubisoft. You want people to spend money? Try making something good, because Ubisoft hasn't done anything good in like a decade. And it really is embarrassing. As soon as this company just falls under and goes bankrupt, a lot of gamers will be celebrating. But anyway, let's just continue reading the article. It's understood that layoffs will impact a significant number of employees at the San Francisco studio and supporting studios, with some staff already reviewing severance information. Another wave of layoffs will happen in February, with Ubisoft San Francisco and Osaka closing its doors. Around 170 to 180 people are understood to be losing their jobs. Let's go. I love layoffs in this industry. This industry has no talent. The independent space is better than you in every single category. Gameplay, graphics, characters, writing, everything. AAA does not make any good games, so nobody should be employed at these companies, because obviously they're not doing a good job. If they were working hard and doing a good job, they would make good games, but they're not doing that anymore, so they don't deserve the job. That's how the real world works. Nobody should feel sorry for these people. They have the privilege of not knowing if they did a terrible job until the game comes out. These games have 4-year-long life cycles. Any other job will fire you in like a week if they clearly see that you are harming the company. These game devs have more time than that, so nobody should feel sorry for them whatsoever. But let's continue reading the article. Season 3 will be the last entire season of XDefiant, with the skeleton crew maintaining the title until June 2025. According to those familiar with the situation, Ubisoft will be updating XDefiant players on refunds for cosmetic items and other purchases at a later date. Well, at least they're giving you some refunds. Is that for every cosmetic item ever? I'm not sure how that works. I don't really care. I don't play this game personally, and I'm glad I didn't. I don't touch Ubisoft games. They're just trash. They don't make good games. I don't even want the launcher on my PC. I just don't play any Ubisoft games whatsoever. But at least they're giving seemingly some refunds. And I don't know if the refunds are going to be cash. I highly doubt it. They'll probably give you some Ubisoft credits on the Ubisoft launcher. Yay! If you're a big Ubisoft fan, you'll get somewhat excited. But whatever, we'll have to wait and see. Let's just continue reading. XDefiant started its uphill battle soon after the release of Season 1, with the lack of player spending having the team scrubbing to cut costs. In August 2024, Insider Gaming reported that XDefiant was on borrowed time. Despite initially having strong player numbers, frustrations within the studio were always aimed at its leadership, who refused to take responsibility for the project's shortcomings, which could have been avoided with a better studio culture, said the people. Of course, they always say that. It's the culture, it's the CEO, which sometimes, yeah, I don't like CEOs of big companies. Maybe this is just a manager, but CEOs for publicly traded companies are usually just empty suits placed by the board of directors, and and they don't know anything about the product they are selling. But if it's a manager, who knows? I just think it's funny and pathetic when people say we need a better studio culture. No, you need to fucking work. That's what you need to do. You need to work and make good content. What the hell is a better studio culture? Obviously, you should treat your employees with respect, but better studio culture could have fixed the game. No. You're not gonna use that excuse. No, you're not doing that. The game is trash. You have no talent. That's why you didn't make a good game. Whatever, let's just get this article over with. In late March 2024, I reported on the studio's toxic work culture, and despite an internal investigation that concluded last month, I was told that the issues had been swept under the rug and that its problems were still prevalent. Update. Mark Rubin has issued a statement that XDefiant is closing down, and there you have it, guys. That is the article. Are you really surprised? Ubisoft can't do anything good, and whenever Ubisoft is failing, gamers are celebrating because we are tired of this company. They are the lowest of the low when it comes to quality in the AAA space. They literally just make the same game over and over and over again. The same gameplay, the same buggy open worlds, the same bloated open worlds, the same garbage every single time. Gamers have been tired of them for a long time, and then you have recent controversies with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They're trying to disrespect Japanese history and claim Yasuke was a samurai when he clearly wasn't. He was a retainer, and that's been like the most controversial game of the year. There's been a constant arguing back and forth between the company, gamers calling out Ubisoft, weirdos on the internet when the gaslight people called out the nonsense. That game has just been an argument the entire year, and then it got delayed. And gamers were also mad about Star Wars Outlaws, how Kay Vess, the main character of the game, is ugly, despite the actress being very beautiful, typical for the AAA space. Not really surprised. So gamers really do not care if Ubisoft is having problems. We are celebrating. I am excited for the downfall of this company. They have been making nothing but slop every single time. They haven't made a good game since what? Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and also like Far Cry 4. That is it. They have no talent, and people are seeing that. And the fact that they decided to do a Call of Duty ripoff instead of coming up with a new original idea, it just shows that they are desperate, and I do not feel sorry for them whatsoever. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So XDefiant and Ubisoft, go fuck yourself.